I am
Yes.
feeling you currently. I am currently feeling you
Stop feeling people.
at a steady pace.
That's
I'm
inappropriate.
constantly, I am touching
bro.
you.
I'm inside your mind. I feel you.
all over. You're all over your entire body. I am touching every single piece.
Okay. Too descriptive. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so welcome back to the Bumbling Tumbling
Like
Fumbling
tumbling,
Stumbling
idiot.
Crumbling Idiots.
Idiots podcast.
Alright, that was lovely.
that good?
Bravo, bravo. We're moving on. So today's topic, folks, is...
everybody.
Okay.
Drumroll, please. Only me? Okay, well... words. It's
Word. I love words.
given
Words are
anything.
Words.
It's a wide spectrum. But you know what we...
Just any words? Like, so I could just say, an interesting word to me is word.
Word
it's
is a good word.
really cool.
Use that word in many words.
So what do you guys think the
Perhaps.
world's most powerful word is?
I'll go second.
It begins with a D, ends with an S. D's nuts.
You said D and S, and
yeah,
I
I
thought
don't
of
know.
dictionary for some reason. Ooh, let's bust out the dictionary real quick. Start reading off every word in their description.
The longest word. There we go.
Ah, yes. The phobia for long words is in fact a long word itself.
Yeah, it's really
It's like they really want to torture
in the English
people.
language.
There's millions of words, not over a million.
It's still over a million, but it's still like millions. Okay.
I mean,
it was over.
A million is a broader term. Whenever you put a million plus,
Oh,
that's
God,
still
it
millions,
is
but that doesn't
humongous
mean
for no
more than
reason.
2 million.
There's
I forgot the
probably
number. Autos
probably
is a
like-
million or something.
how do you spell? How
there's
do you
probably
know?
like trillions of words because of all the different languages in the world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, doesn't the Japanese language have like tens of millions of letters or something? Symbols.
Hold
something
on. I'm such a
The
dunce. I
pictures are
Google
letters.
Google.
Chinese.
Why did you
it's
Google
Chinese.
Google?
I was
Chinese
googling
has,
Google
like,
Translate, but I
tons of
googled Google
letters.
instead.
Why?
Yes.
Google. Ain't that something?
Because I want.
Hey guys, guess what? I just googled Google.
Okay.
This podcast is not very professional.
Okay.
Now that I realize it.
How do you
Man,
pronounce
this
that?
sucks.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
How do you plead?
Oh my god, hippopotamonstrophilia or something like that.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
Do you
Oh
want me
my
to pronounce
god,
it for you?
Jesus Christ, that is a long word. Yeah, pronounce that, Peter.
Send it in
There's
chat.
36 characters! That is the alphabet!
Is the word? Wait, just send me the word too, or just I don't know.
How do you say it, Peter?
Hippopotomonstroso.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
Sorry, I am going to need like 2 more tries in order to fully say this.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's the
what's that?
thing.
Hippopotomonstrosequipedaliophobia.
I don't know how you
I mean,
see
that's
this
close.
but I couldn't do it either.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
I mean, Google Translate has kind of close there. I can share my screen and show you, because it shows the audio through that.
Okay. So
here-
for anybody
here.
watching the podcast at this point and haven't clicked off yet, please subscribe.
Listen to the word.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
And its German counterparts.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
Hippopotamusco.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
Actually, there is no C in that word. It's a gigantic word, and you added something that isn't in it.
It doesn't add a C.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia.
Hippopotamonstrosusquipaliophobia. That's the best I can do.
Okay.
It ends with dahliaphobia.
Daliophobia.
Sounds like you're trying to say an Among Us spell.
That's the best I got.
I'm gonna keep this control seed.
I meant Harry Potter spell. Sorry, I was looking at the words Among Us, okay?
I was like, Among Us spell. What do you mean?
Among Us.
Okay, so on words, I like the word of water. 'Cause water is life. I'm currently drinking.
Noch.
Noch. You know, my favorite word is noch.
Okay.
The most powerful
No, it's-
word. The most powerful word. I was just doing a translation of a word.
Okay. You might want to bleep this out, but my personal strongest word is no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
I mean, it is a controlling
Yeah, don't say
word. That controls a room right there.
I guess you might want to bleep that out, but I said like half of it, but
Yeah,
You did
but if
not
I
say
bleep it,
enough of it.
yeah,
correctly.
but if I
If you
bleep
bleep
it, it
it,
makes it sound like
I
you
don't-
did say it.
I don't.
so
I'm
do
gonna
it.
say it
You
now.
say-
I do not like. I don't like the company that I'm in. I don't like. I don't like you. Sorry, that was so sincere. I'm sorry.
Listen. Say that word.
you see what I have
It's
to
just for
deal
comedic
with?
purposes. It's just for comedic purposes, okay? I didn't mean nothing by it.
The podcast is already falling apart. Episode 4.
Okay, see you later,
Restart?
guys.
Do we need a restart?
No, we're good. We're good. Okay, I mean,
Sorry.
Trayson's word actually controls a room, though. I mean, that is pretty powerful.
Just yell it. It's a quiet room and just yell it.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well,
Yeah.
did you know that the
Yeah.
N-word in, I think it's Chinese or, Vietnamese? The N-word is how you say the word you.
People will
in a
use.
different
People will
language,
use
it was
any
the same way.
excuse
Oh,
to say the N word.
you might want to bleep this, but Hegway was another one. It's like
What?
a different language word for that same word. Hegway. Please bleep
Hegway.
that. I don't know if that. I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
not pronouncing it right. You don't need to believe it.
Okay, I swear, because all my friends were saying it one day.
Today
just
we
like
get
that, and I was- I don't know.
demonetized and canceled at the same time, folks, for saying
Today
the...
we learned.
Today is the day the
Among Us.
podcast disappears.
We thought it was going to be the day we brought
Bleep.
Blin onto the podcast, but no. We were
Well, I mean,
wrong.
we have brought
That's what that
Bleep.
on in a way.
Um,
In a way, we do have
Bleep.
here.
yeah, Trayson, you're
In a
really
way, we do have
speaking...
bleep here. I am budget bleep. Do you want me to start reciting stuff?
No,
I'm willing to say?
no, we're good,
No.
we're good, we're good, we're
No.
good.
I am okay.
What did he say?
Oh, you want me to start reciting stuff?
No,
Yeah, sure.
we're
No.
good. We don't need it. This is a. This might be. No. In any context, it can be the strongest word. Like stop could be a strong word for exist for.
Yeah.
For an
I
example.
think a good word to control a room is just saying, "What's up, every pony?"
That's a sentence.
No one expects you to say. No one expects you to say every pony.
5 words.
Every pony.
Like every pony is. Every pony is great to control a room.
Hey, what's up, every pony? What? Like, everybody just be quiet for that. Like, what did he say? I guess so.
Okay, but wouldn't that be like 2 words
If I heard it
though?
right.
Technically
Ooh.
speaking.
I like this version more. I like this version way more. It's
Are
like
you-
7 times the amount of text. However, it's way funnier.
Oh
Okay.
God, what do you have, Peter? If it's another version of the N-word, we do not need it.
No, it's not another version of the N-word. It's another version of the Vaporeon copy pasta.
You want to read us
It's
John
the
Walk?
male version. It's the male version.
Did you know that in terms of male-female Pokemon breeding?
Vaporeon is actually the most compatible Pokemon.
I don't know Pokemon.
This
what are you
is
talking about?
this is a that's
In terms
Oh,
of
no,
male,
let's-
human, and
let's-
female
let's
Pokemon
stop.
breeding.
that words has gone off the edge here.
Please cut this. Please cut this.
Oh,
Please
you
cut
know
all
I'm
of what
not.
just happened out.
Oh, come
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
Demonetized. No. Oh,
Sorry, did I say something? What
No,
happened?
but the reason my most the strongest word that I can think of is countermeasures. Why? Because in a war, you have people that are countering your measures, countering those countermeasures, and then countering those countermeasures.
And
So you need some countermeasures to their countermeasures.
So you have to
need a
counter
counter-
counter
your
counter
measures.
counter counter counter
Counter-
counter
counter-
counter.
of the countertop of the desk of a kitchen.
No.
Measures.
Those aren't what without any spaces is a real word, and
wait.
it genuinely means to counter somebody's countermeasure. In other words, you're thinking 3 spaces ahead on the chessboard.
Interesting.
Like a shield, anti-shield, and anti-shield, like
Yes.
in spaceships, Star Trek, or something like that. Yeah.
So I have my
Interesting.
word.
So never mind.
So
Well, I didn't quite.
Should
get
I
mine,
drink
but
some vanilla coffee syrup?
go ahead.
I'd like to
No
see the
idea what that
result.
is, but go ahead.
So the German
Let's just see if
translation from Google Translate, at least for my word, is noch.
Noch.
Noch. N-O-C-H.
Interesting.
I don't
Is it
know.
nocturnal?
Wait, hold on.
Notch. Oh, well, yeah.
Hold on.
Notch and boots?
Knocking boots. Wait, hold on. Google Translate lies to me. Google Translate lies. Guys. Google Translate lies.
It always does.
Or
I
either
Yes, it does it a lot.
knew it.
So my word is yet. You tack that on to the end of any sentence. I haven't murdered that child yet.
Beginning, the end, middle, under the end, middle, or the end, middle, or beginning of a sentence. It always has some importance to it.
Like imagine, like
Yeah, I have not. But
in
I have
any
not yet,
context,
you know, like,
adding yet changes the entire meaning of the sentence.
it really does. Because it's like, oh, you didn't? No, you will? What? That's why I know where you will. Don't murder that freaking, the orphanage. I haven't done it yet. What? I see that. Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense.
Don't you guys agree, though?
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
It makes sense. So my strongest word is not what I said. Is not what I said previously.
All right. Boo.
But I
No.
think it is. I think it's what? I think it is. I have a few on top of my head, but I don't have any strong ones. I don't think. But I think the strongest word, not strongest, but one of the words I know is so. Just S-O. So. It's not a word
Significant
where you
other. Okay.
say
Cool.
that,
You murdered that entire family!
So.
So?
exactly. That.
What about
that
it?
context.
I
and
mean,
some other
also you
context,
could say,
that's,
"No, I didn't. Not yet."
So.
Ooh.
So. Yeah. So is a pretty
not
powerful
really,
word, though.
Not really. Not really. Really.
You murdered
not
that
really
entire
too
pot of
big a word, but
dolphins.
so. Or you're trying to carry on a sentence. So I did this today. Yes, I killed them. So
So.
and why? So yeah.
And?
So yeah, but so
Yes,
I
and?
also went to the park today. Yeah,
Yes, and
So can be used in any context. Any context.
also,
That's one of them. Yeah.
you want to know something? On your phone, you can do many things. Like.
Same. I mean,
So you know at the top of your keyboard, whenever you're typing, when you start typing, there are going to be suggested words at the top. Have you
Yes.
ever just spammed those?
spammed those
Words.
in a random order to spam them. You make a Joe Biden speech.
Yes, you really do.
Yeah.
I have
Actually,
I have 3 brothers. I am the eldest of the 3, and I have one sister who is the love of my life.
I remember that. That's funny. But yeah, I remember back in
Peter,
back in
I'd like you to
2020 or sometime.
something.
It was on a field trip, and some of my friends were making a Biden speech, and back then I didn't know what they meant,
Not you.
but then they started to type random words. Oh, I get it now. A Biden speech, yeah.
Peter, would you be
So-
doing
so-
us the honors?
It's for another word.
No, in the chill corner. I put something in the chill corner.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you want me to read something out?
Maybe. You're the best at reading those.
Oh, so
Okay.
you just did the random.
This
okay.
looks like an average school year here in Colorado, but he's not going anywhere yet. To get a job in the girls' room with Christina, following the best time to do that, and then at one comes on my Burger King at the top of it and presses it up your ass. And I like it. Wouldn't be a little late to class on the floor, and I like it. It wouldn't be a little late for me, all right. Started rhyming there. With the game for you guys, are they going for me?
Oh, good. It kills me every time. Because it's so stupid.
Shoot.
Stupid! Tracing's
Now,
on, so
can I say my word?
Go
Am I
ahead.
freed from your talking prison?
Maybe.
Am I allowed to speak? Am I allowed to? You never
Speak,
gave me an
Peter.
answer.
Speak, Peter.
You said maybe.
Speak.
Speak.
Good dog.
So, the genuine most powerful word that you can get is if you say this anywhere, you're going to, in no matter what context, anywhere, in the middle of your sentence, the moment you say this, all eyes will be on you unless you are in specifically Welsh towns.
Huh.
But the most powerful word is a Welsh town. It is, Lawnfair, I can't even pronounce this.
Oh yeah, that really long
Oh,
Welsh name.
I'm just gonna add some. I put something in the group chat again.
Okay, I can say it now. I can say it now. It's Lanvair Pulgwyn Gilgor Gil Gur e Quirindor Ul Landi Celio Gorgor Gok.
Half of that
Great.
sound like words from the game.
Sounds like someone just smashed their head on the keyboard and just continuously smashed and smashed.
Yeah.
That is honestly what they did.
Okay.
But
So I put something in the group chat. Can one of you read it? It makes no sense. It's terrible.
You want me to read this as well?
Sure, yeah.
I'm going back into talking prison. And yes, you are very cute, but the other day I have a new phone, and I don't want to get you, and I don't want you to do anything for me to get it out of the house. And it was a good time for you. And I don't know what to do if it was a good idea to get it done.
Frick you. Sorry.
Question mark? What was that?
Question mark? What? It was what?
Alright,
Okay.
Sorry, I'm playing
Moving
with
on.
you. At the same time, I'm multitasking here.
Words are tricky, especially when you're talking to somebody, because you can lose your train of thought and say gibberish. Or sometimes you lose focus and you can't understand what they're saying, and you gotta say it like 5 times so you can actually process what they said. And yeah. So.
And then I have a second word after that one.
Ooh, a second word.
It's Worcestershire. Simply
Oh,
because
God,
no
yes.
one knows how to pronounce it in America.
Worcestershire sauce.
Right?
Yeah, Worcestershire.
Worcestershire
sauce.
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Is it saying it right?
No.
Worcestershire sauce.
You know,
that's
that was my next
The way it's
idea.
spelled is Worcester.
Worcestershire sauce.
Well, I've stolen it from you.
Worcestershire sauce. So we got the most powerful words. But what about the most overrated and underrated words?
Overrated words?
Yeah, if that's even possible.
Some underrated words would be sorry.
Yeah, no one says sorry.
True.
Frick y'all.
And like you say.
No, there's a lot of people that say it, but no one means it.
Yeah.
I always mean
Someone
it.
thinks that you don't mean it when you actually do. I'm back. Yep. Now the most overrated word.
The most
If there
overrated?
is any.
Alright. Number 1
Entered.
is
I don't know.
the N-word.
I agree.
It is
Yeah.
overrated.
It's not like
I feel like
It's not
used
like overrated.
too
It's
often
just
for the wrong reasons.
It's not overrated. It's overused. And there's
Yeah,
a slight
that
difference.
yeah that's
Like,
that's better. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
because
just
it's like
it's overused in the
like,
wrong ways.
like people can use it, but like too many white people are using it. You know what I mean?
And when someone does it, it's all racist. But if somebody else says it who's not white, then it's not racist. Well, then that's racist.
Well, it doesn't have to be.
Why
like,
are you
non-white,
making the
because,
word
like,
racist though?
It's just the way that it's said. Like it's always constantly used. In
Why
that
do you
context,
have to
it's
be
like, once the white guy says it,
offended
it's all
so
racist,
easily,
like,
Twitter?
it's
At
just,
this point in time, I don't think you can remove. I don't think you can remove the connotation from the word just because
no,
it's been
you really
used in
can't.
that
'Cause
way
it's
for
been
so long.
used like that so often. You
Yeah,
just can't.
it's been used. It's been used like that for so long that unless everyone just simultaneously somehow stops saying it,
Just, like, stop
they're-
saying
That's
words
exactly
like-
what happened to the N-word.
Wait, what?
Everyone just
What?
kind of simultaneously stopped using it, and then they all were just like, "Yeah, it's kind of racist."
But it's but
still use it.
but it's still used today. I don't think it's right.
I've heard a lot of people say it.
Oh.
A
Racist
lot
every
of
single-
white
especially
people
in
say
Wayne
it.
County.
It's like they're not they don't
Especially
represent
when-
me, okay?
no one
They are
else.
not in my they are not with me.
With them, they're people.
Like if they sit next to me and
Yeah,
they
I don't
start
say it-
spewing off
I-
stuff like that, I'm like,
trying
not
to
me.
say
I'm
it.
not with them. Nope.
But
Yeah,
well, everyone quite literally did just kind of go, "Yeah, the N-word's racist now," in the 1950s.
yeah. So at
Yeah.
my dad's.
I mean,
so he
wasn't
lets me
the original
curse a
meaning
little
like
bit,
lazy
but
or
the N-word's
something?
off limits. I say it once, I get beat.
Sorry, Wyatt, I cannot hear you.
Wasn't the
The N-word
original
just comes
meaning?
from the Spanish word for black, right?
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original meaning
No,
wasn't
no.
meant to be
The
racist,
Spanish
it
word
meant to be
for
like
black is
back in the-
it's
yeah, Spanish.
no, it's
Spanish.
Negro.
Well, yeah, but I'm
that's
saying-
the
I'm
Spanish
saying
word
the-
for black.
The current, yeah, no, it's negro
N-
would be the correct way to
Oh,
say
yeah.
that.
yeah, you gotta
Oh,
roll the
that's
R
understandable.
there. Yes.
But
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
no,
like the
because you
accent.
said e,
Negro.
you said e instead of eh, and whenever you say negro, that's like the Americanized version of it when they started using it.
That is
Which is
true.
why I think, why I
Yeah.
think the South. I think that's why it originated in the South, right? Because there were still a lot of Spanish speakers, especially in Texas, when it was like
Back in the
like
1800s or something. You know, back
yeah,
in slavery days.
when we got Texas, it was like there was still a lot of Spanish speakers. So like down in the South, there was a lot of Spanish.
Texas and California back in
speakers.
1860s.
And so,
right?
and so we were like, oh hey, that's a word describing the color black. And then I think
Let's
that
just use
slowly
that.
might have transformed. But like I don't know
It just
linguistics. I'm
evolved
just
over time.
assuming here. Yeah.
Yeah,
people
words
at
do
home,
evolve over
you're
time.
Gonna have to, you're
Yeah,
gonna have to look
just
this
like
up,
gestures
everyone.
evolve.
But like I'm pretty sure because it makes logical sense that that's where it evolved from.
I don't know why
I'm scared to
people have
Google
just like
this.
passively agreed that flipping someone off used to mean completely different things. However, in the past, it was just like to. In actual history terms, I don't know why people think it means I'm going to do something to you, but in actual history terms, flipping someone off was just a way of making fun of the enemy.
Yes.
It didn't
back
mean
in,
anything.
Yeah, back in like the 1500s.
It's what archers used to
in
do.
Exactly. Yes.
No.
Yeah, the archers used to do that like back in the English or something. They would do that.
Yeah.
To the enemy.
It was just to make fun of them. It didn't mean anything.
Yep.
And then they started cutting off the middle fingers because they took offense to it. And then it just kind of
They-
stuck
Yeah.
for a century.
Well, it was like
Yeah.
an archery thing, right? Like they would cut off the middle
Yeah, it was an
finger.
archery thing.
So people would like wave their middle fingers or whatever to be like, haha, you haven't taken this.
Yeah, and then they started,
That's
and then the
okay.
enemies started cutting those off because they actually took offense to it.
Hey,
And then it
because
just kind of
middle
stuck
finger
for a
was, like-
genuine century.
It was used for like, it was like the main finger used for archery, right?
Yeah.
Still is probably.
yeah,
It's still, it is the strongest
I mean,
finger
you-
on your body.
Yeah. So.
I mean,
Besides for your
technically-
thumb, but your thumb isn't in the right spot.
Technically,
Yeah.
your pinky is what gives you like half your arm strength whenever you try to, like like try to arm wrestle with full hand, but you take away your pinky and you can't arm wrestle with like half the strength. It's
Well,
weird.
the pinky
Well,
is a
that's
power
because
position.
the pinky's at the end of your hand.
Yeah, the pinky is like the whole like.
It's just because of the
or
position.
something
It's
like
just because of the position.
You grab
If you
some-
were to try and quite literally rip a finger off by dislocating it and just popping it off like a Lego, the middle finger would go last. Specifically, the thumb would, but the middle finger's in the best position.
Here's the thing: the pinky. If you were to grab someone random by the pinky and started walking away while holding their pinky, they would follow you because they couldn't. Because that's the power position. That's how
Yeah, 'cause
you
you
hold
keep, like, moving
somebody
your
if
pinky
you
around, you
want to
can't-
hold them. Like that. That's.
Because your
I
pinky
mean-
is like not very flexible. You can't do much with it.
It's either they
In the back
follow
foot.
you and they move to how
It's
you
like pulling
adjust.
someone's ear. It's like pulling someone's ear and twisting it.
Yeah, you can't.
It's like
move
pulling
your
someone's ear
ear.
and twisting it.
Like, if they don't adjust with you, their pinky is bye-bye. So they have to follow and adjust with you.
Or else they're gonna get freaking dislocated pinky.
So,
I mean, if you start force choking people, they also have to follow you, but...
Wait.
I don't think you should ever utter the words, "Is this racist?" because it probably is.
Is this racist?
If you have to second guess, it probably is.
probably so. Leave a comment down below if you have been offended by this episode.
Hey guys, leave a comment below if this is racist.
Hey guys, sorry that we offended you.
If you say anything anywhere near the N word at all, besides saying the words N word, it's considered racist.
Oh, so I can't
Yeah,
say the
it's
word.
practically,
Well, I can't. I'm not gonna say it. But you know
It's
the
just
other
English,
word
so-
that has the same definition as snicker.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
You mean like a snickerdoodle?
is that more common in British English?
I think it is.
No. It's more common in Britain. Sorry, I was thinking of like Belgium for some reason because chocolate.
But like,
Okay.
no, because like that is close to the N word, but isn't the N word. But you,
It sounds
but
like it,
but
but
you're
complete opposite definition.
not saying anything to offend somebody. That's the thing. Language is
Well,
delicate.
The thing about that word, though.
Language is
That word,
delicate,
though,
and
is that-
English is horrible.
And
Yes,
people are-
English is horrible.
The thing about the word you just brought up, though, is that it's not. It is literally just another word for snicker.
Yeah.
The only thing that's making it even remotely racist is the fact that people are.
Yeah, it's
saying,
the
they're
it's the
like,
stigmatization
word in it,"
behind
like, people
it.
are being immature. It's,
Exactly.
There's no stigma. There's no stigma behind the word. There's a bunch of people going, "Ha look, it's a funny word," and it's
And they
annoying.
make a big deal about it. It's like, okay.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what's wrong with
For instance,
language in its whole.
And it's like, at the end of the day, you're not you when you're hungry. Eat a Snicker.
or drink some
Alright.
vinegar.
This video is
I mean-
sponsored by Snickers.
No, it is not.
Drink some vinegar.
I will drink vinegar. It's not that
not.
bad, actually.
Oh, I was informed incorrectly.
Hey Wyatt. So once you hit 100 subs, you will get a call from Raid Shadow Legends.
I doubt it, but okay. Anyway,
Okay.
Rage
I'm just
Shadow
wondering.
Legends.
should
how
we
much of
talk
this will
about
cut
the
out?
problems of language in its entirety?
Honestly, language does have
Yes, I will describe to you absolutely everything.
Okay.
There are three key factors. The people speaking it, the words in the language, and how you pronounce those words.
Exactly. I agree.
And I also really like the way that definitions work because it's like the way that definitions end up evolving isn't by people saying this is what it means. It's by the way people use it. So it's
Yeah.
like things can change without people even really realizing it, and
Yeah, true.
that's very interesting
Yeah.
to me. Because it's like
Interesting.
and pronunciations,
Just
right?
like the
Because it's
word, just like the B word.
yeah, or it's like
Yeah, it used to be like a female dog, right? It's the same
Yeah.
word.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so but it's also like pronunciations have the same kind of thing where it's like, GIF and GIF, where it's like the
Yeah.
creator said that it's pronounced GIF, but at that point most people pronounced GIF, so the official
Well, it
pronunciation
has a
would probably
G.
be GIF.
It's GIF. And then
I'm
GIF is
not
the
bringing
No,
up a
didn't the
debate. I'm
official
just
creator
saying
say it
that
was GIF?
GIF is the peanut butter.
linguistically, more people say GIF, meaning that the official pronunciation would probably be GIF, whereas the
So-
creator said it was pronounced GIF. But
But my character
so
He's just a
but he's
peanut butter
minority of
fan.
it. So like I think it can be pronounced. I think that it doesn't matter, and you can pronounce it either way. I don't care. But
Considering
the
the word
official way to
Worcestershire,
pronounce
you can
it,
pronounce.
because of how many people pronounce it that way,
Yeah.
I think the
I don't know
official
off the
way
top
to
of my
pronounce
head
that
like
is
how many words
GIF.
how many words I know that people say differently. So like I don't really care. Like saying wash and wash, I don't really care.
And
But
yeah, and it's like there's a lot of like
it's
regional
all-
differences in how you
yeah,
say
it's all
words.
the
Like
accents of yeah.
Except
you-
for the people that like to purposely like screw up like state names. Like instead of saying Oregon, they say
Oh, yeah.
Oregon. Instead of saying Missouri, they say Missouri
Or,
or
like-
Missouri.
like
Or
yeah, so I
Kansas or
worked-
Illinois.
Yeah, or
Mm.
like of like
Sauce.
foods. It's like I work at a Taco John's, and every
Arcan.
now and then someone will like purposefully like they'll come through the drive-through and like, hey, can I get a quesadilla, please?
Or a
It's
taco.
like, dude,
Can I get a taco?
Dude, come on.
Say it right, you disingenuous
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Can I get a
Some sauce.
taco?
Like it's very obviously it's not an English word. You have to say it correctly. But it's I don't know. Linguistics are very interesting to me.
That's why I'm trying to learn everything but English linguistics.
Yeah,
This is why
English
I'm so
linguistics are
fascinated
dumb.
by the German language.
I like word origins, but like English is stupid.
Yeah, whenever you look at like if you look at Chinese, if you look at the amount of Chinese words compared to English words, it's like millions of differences.
Oh wow.
Like the difference between the two is like
Is
a
that-
million.
Is that one of the reasons it's so hard to learn Mandarin? Because like, Mandarin is hard not only because
think
it's the
it's-
inflection you use, but like
Yeah.
maybe it's just like the words. Because like Mandarin
There's-
changes, like the way you say a word can completely change its meaning, right?
Yeah. For instance,
Yeah.
there is a I forget completely what language this is, but it used to be an American Indian or Native American, I mean, but there was a type of tribe that used to have like 46 different ways you would say 18 letters.
Oh wow.
And they had an indefinite number of combinations because people just refused to calculate the amount that there could be because even people that spoke it didn't even know the amount of words there were.
That's like
They just really overcomplicated it.
that
They
reminds
didn't
me of the-
overcomplicate it. They were just kind of making gibberish and understanding each other.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
honestly, that sounds exactly like how English works now.
Except they were instead of using it like different tones in their voice, they didn't matter if it was tones. It was based on like facial expression. It was really weird. It was
They just stare at each
extremely
other,
weird.
just dead in the eye.
There was a lot of Native American tribes who call the Mississippi River the Mississippi with like Z's, and then in English and Spanish kind of said, "Okay, S is now Mississippi, not Mississippi."
It also reminds me of like the hilarity of like when the British were like colonizing everything, and like they would go around and they would go to like the natives of wherever they were, and they were like, "Hey, what's that?" And they pointed out a landmark, and the people would say like a river, but they would say it in their language, right? And so that's how we got like the River Avon because it's the river, and because they asked, "Hey, what's that?" and they responded, "A river," and they just wrote it down as the name of the river.
Alrighty, a river, got it.
It's like River Avon, cool. And so like now we've got all those things like the mountain ranges and whatever, and like it's so funny.
Have you seen the videos on TikTok and YouTube Shorts where like the guy he enacts in different countries in the same word, like English is like hospital, and like France is
Oh, yeah.
hospital, and then For some reason,
Germany's angry.
Right. Well, it's because like English isn't quite a romantic language, but like it's still connected to it because there's a lot of Latin roots. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you know,
Latin.
because you got like France and like you got like French and Spanish and you know, both of those are romantic languages.
You wanna?
Italian. And
Sorry, I'll
English
let you
is like
finish.
partly, yeah, English is also partly romantic, but then you have like Germanic and then Russian is also very different. It's like Slavic, and that's a whole mix. And like those
it isn't
languages are all like way different because they have way different roots than what we have. Because we have like Roman and Greek roots, and meanwhile they have completely different like word origins.
yeah.
Did you know that Did you know that the word
Sorry,
father in German is Vater?
Huh.
Did you know that animals in different languages make different noises?
What?
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah.
Rewind.
For instance, a German dog, instead of saying bow wow, they just go zow zow
Zow
with
zow.
Z's. It's weird.
Wait, you're saying
wait,
that
so
how
the
they
dog-
pronounce how the animals
Animals
do
have
things.
accents. Animals have accents based on what like country they're in and based off like what noises they hear.
Wow.
For instance,
Wait, so-
instead of like a cat saying meow in Germany, it's like row, just like ROW, not meow.
Well, we've got. But it's
Like
a deep-
understated, I
a
guess,
deep.
Whenever we hear it.
Apparently, like your pets, like your dog, will sometimes have a inner monologue of your voice or something like that. Yeah. I think that's like partly true or
Anywho,
something
based on what I was going to say first, but I genuinely believe that the only reason English is widely used isn't because of the amount of flaws people are trying to fix it. It was simply due to the fact that English, like in particular our language, was the first to go through this type of typical change in our entire government, and people were trying to get over here, and they needed to learn the language, and then it just ended up spreading like Ireland.
I see. I just looked it up, and it seems to. I looked up the animal accents thing, and it's like partially true. It's like they'll sound different depending on where they are, but it's not exactly like accents in the way we view it.
So
Yeah, it's not the way I
But there
said
are
it,
certain
I
animals that
explained
do
it bad,
have
but
accents. Yeah, there are certain animals
From-
like it said that like whales and like dolphins have been observed to have like accents,
Wow.
which is interesting. But that also brings me to like birds, like specifically like parrots and like corvids and stuff who can like replicate human speech. Like that's
and understand it,
insane.
Yeah.
Understand it, and it's like crazy, and it's like really because you can teach them. Like obviously, it's like it's. I mean, it's almost like teaching a Kenku to speak in D&D, but like you know, like you can still like teach like birds like a few sentences, and then teach them to understand what it means, and then they'll just like be there, and it's insane. It's really cool because it's like, and I mean, this doesn't really have to do with the topic, but like you know, like crows
Yeah,
have an
crows too,
insanely
yeah.
crows have like an insanely high, and they're like some of my favorite animals because of it. They have like an insanely high like brain to body ratio or whatever.
Yeah.
And like they can use tools and like create tools. And
Yeah,
it's
I've
like
seen all kinds of videos on
Did
that.
you know that scientists theorize that monkeys are in the Stone
Yes.
Age currently?
Yes. I've
Really?
heard all about that. They're using sticks and tools and things and hunting fish
Yeah.
with like spears or whatever.
They're starting to mimic human behavior entirely and start using
Basically.
tools. And they're specifically using stone tools simply because that's just what's around, and they don't know how to currently like make them. They know how to sharpen them and
Oh,
stuff
cool.
and like make them specifically like this does this cuts, this smash. They know how to do that. That's it. That's their only differentiating so far. However, I can't wait until I can't wait until like 200 years from now. They're just like starting to like actually craft.
like Planet of
like,
the Apes type stuff.
That's the thing though, is that like isn't it like technology as it progresses, we go faster and faster because like Stone Age took
Yes.
a long time for
Apparently-
humanity to get out of.
Apparently,
And then it was like metalworking.
Stone
and
Age
that
took
a
millions of
while.
years.
Yeah, and then it
Stone
went
Age-
into metalworking, and that took like a little less time. And then like
Yeah.
for the past like 100 years, our technology has been progressing rapidly, like
even
constant.
muskets to actual.
Do you want me
progression,
do you want me to
nonstop.
tell you the difference? Like in a really well explained way. Stone
Yeah.
Age took millions, possibly hundreds of millions of years. And then it finally went to bronze swords. And then it took
Yeah.
longer to go from bronze swords to iron swords than it did to go
Yeah.
from iron swords to nuclear bombs.
I heard about that. Yeah. It-
Really?
Something like Cleopatra. Like Cleopatra was is closer to the first smartphone than the pyramids or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's actually true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is insane. I think we're getting a little bit off topic though.
Yeah, a little bit. We're
because-
going.
did you know that? Oh, right.
Brick on the road.
This is actually scientifically not scientifically proven, but this is a heavy reason as to why people think Atlantis is in like a bunch of like cultures, but never actually existed. Basically, there was a certain point in time where the ice caps were starting to melt off because of the ice age, and there was a civilization that was like not flourishing, but they basically escaped it. And the moment the ice cap started melting, it actually completely buried and destroyed it. And that's why in certain ancient Egyptian like landmarks and hieroglyphics, it actually says like certain things about how like this super advanced city got crushed under like waves and stuff.
Mm.
Actually, on a Joe Rogan podcast, I forgot which episode
Oh
it
my
was,
God.
but he was talking about there was this like an emerald bracelet that was made like thousands of years ago before Egypt. It was made and it had a hole in it, that was made by a drilling tool that apparently wasn't around back then, or wasn't around back then. So like maybe Atlantis is real. Like maybe it's real now. Yeah.
Because this was proven, well, not proven, but this was very like highly theorized to be the case of why people think Atlantis was real at one point, is because he specifically knows exactly what he's talking about. So he went, yes, there was this exact point in time for like 1,000 years where this specific civilization might possibly could have existed.
Yeah. Like there could have been hundreds of populations on Earth that had got wiped out by an event or something that we don't know about in history, and that had once lived and flourished.
Which is interesting because it's like it's hard to tell. I mean, I forget when people started being like, "Hey, we should keep records of everything," but like before a certain point, there were like no.
It was
records
specifically Romans. Romans are the
I
only
was like-
reason that we know a lot of our history,
Oh yeah, no,
and then
exactly.
that's
Yeah,
because they kept
like
meticulous
Romans and
records, and
Greeks
it's like,
like,
that's why it's like
yeah.
I've heard that like historians especially, but like archaeologists and stuff, whenever they find like a journal, it's like way more exciting.
It
than if
is
they found,
one
like,
of-
an artifact.
yeah.
Like if they found a vase,
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty neat. That tells us how they made art." But if they found a journal, it's like, "Oh my god, oh my
This
god,
is the ancient
oh my
scripts,
god."
Like these are. Yeah. Did y'all hear about like a couple years ago? It was found like an old shipwreck from like 1,000 years ago, or whatever. It was an ancient Roman or Greek like machine, but it was like all rusted and stuff. But like it looked like and it made a recreation of what it might have looked like, and it looked like a very advanced like a clock or something. Or something that apparently that type of technology wasn't around back then, or wasn't around back then. Like it was a machine that
Pretty sure telling time
something
was
like that.
a thing back then, just not
I know,
specific.
but like
Yeah, but it's like that in that
but-
way.
Yeah, but like 500 BC having a whole machine with like gears and knobs and stuff like yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah,
I
so
can't wait.
from words to history.
I can't. Sorry about that. I can't wait until scientists finally realize how like the like Stonehenge, the pyramids, certain ancient jungle like Amazonian temples.
Yeah. Because the
Or
Amazon was
created.
populated only 100 years ago, but
Yeah, like when we figure it
it
out.
had like thousands of cities in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I can't wait until scientists finally figure that out because Stonehenge was not created naturally. There are like
it's
a
not.
bunch of scientists have fully admitted that only one of them looked like it was in like there naturally, but everything else looked to have been moved.
Ancient
Interesting.
people looking at a cool rock they found. Hey, let's add some more.
Okay, let's put this one.
Except that's the crazy part about Stonehenge. It is like it's actually if you use it correctly somehow you're able to like tell when the next like if you're using like a calendar it perfectly shows where like eclipses
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like,
It can help predict eclipses.
like it
So
shows
was it
exactly where specific events would like occur
Yeah.
based on like a clock. It would also
astrologers
it
then?
was used as a clock, a calendar, and like if this was going, it would happen on this specific part of the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like the ancient Greek clock thing, a calendar, kind of the same thing, although a lot older.
I think
Yeah.
that we should get back to the topic at hand.
Yes,
There was
we
a
have
topic?
driven-
Oh, really?
Because we
Been
have,
off it for a while.
we have been riding along the ditch for a while now. We
It's
went
an
into
interesting
gutter and never came
concept.
out.
But the topic isn't
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, I mean it could
I'm
be.
sorry, but it's interesting.
It's interesting, and
I like history.
and the linguistic talk directly segued into history. So
Yeah.
Off to a ditch, bam, crashed in. Ancient Atlantis.
yeah. So back to words.
Yeah, back to words.
Back to words.
Back to talking words. Have you ever like?
Yeah, back to back to English. All right, back to simple speak. I like big
to
words
us
because words look
Bumbling
cool.
idiots.
But have you ever like added complex words to a sentence or even like an essay to make yourself sound like you know what you're talking about?
I
mean,
don't
sometimes when you do that, you sound more stupid.
I don't do it to make myself sound smarter, but sometimes I will like use a more complex sentence to pad out the like length of the thing.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, same.
because,
Yeah,
I've
the
done that
sentence is
too.
more complex if I'm using more words to
I
say
sometimes
something.
use longer words
But most
to
of the time,
get
most of
better
the time I run in. Yeah, most of the time I run
definition.
into the opposite problem though, especially in like creative writing, where I will say something
I had that last
in
year.
a way. I'll say something in a way that is like way too concise, and so if I don't change it, I'll
Concise.
end up having nothing else to write. Because I'll write like everything was and this is like simple, but it's like everything smelled good, and now I can't describe the smell of anything, because then it's just reiterating something, because I used too concise a sentence to describe everything, and so I would have to go back and like rewrite that because it's just not.
Everything smelt as though it were
Speaking-
cherry.
As
I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
think of anything.
Speaking of
Cherry
creative
pie.
But like,
writing,
it would allow me to pad it out
Spring
more
cream.
if I just individually told what
Like
everything
the
smelled like,
aroma
like on
of
the.
the
in the
carnival
Irish,
speckled my
like-
nostrils with enjoyable scent.
national hairs with the
Yeah,
Irish.
because like
walkers.
instead of doing like everything, I could go like through all the objects one by one and being like, this smelled like this smelled like this, like throughout it, to like pad it out more. No, I have to be concise. I have to be summarizing everything all the time.
so
Yeah, sometimes I use big words, but like whenever I know them, I top of my head just to make a better definition of what I'm trying to say or something. Yeah.
speaking of creative writing, did you get any notes back on that children's book?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I forgot what I.
This reminds me of the
Hey,
time
Kumar.
our teacher. This reminds me of the time during freshman year when the teacher basically had like 60 like laminated cards. Each had its own number on it. And basically, the first 20 cards said like a noun, the next 20 a verb, and then the next 20 like it was doing like person, place, then thing. And mine was building, bomb, and plane.
That's not a gun. Repeating. Yeah.
Get your money together. It's a good
9/11
So I
there.
remember,
Okay.
okay, so this like it's actually good to do this, but like I remember, a few years ago, I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade. There was like a writing prompt we got, and what we had to do is we would get the location of the story, the type of story, so like man versus man, man versus self, you know those.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly
And then-
what I was talking about.
And then we would get we'd get the place, we would get the type of story, and then we would get I think one other thing, and I forget. What
It was like a happy, sad. It was something like that.
Yeah. So I remember being upset with how constraining that felt, but like the thing is, my story, the location I got was elevator.
Wait a second.
But the thing is, the way this
The other two words
actually-
changed that.
this
Alex,
creates-
this
creates
was
so much
freshman year.
good like writing ideas. This was freshman year?
Yes. Don't
Yeah.
you remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Elevator.
whatever.
Sad.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. So this was freshman year, yeah. So I got elevator, and
Dang, that's
I was upset with this because I'm like, this is too constraining. But it created such a creative idea that I think this is a really good exercise anyway for writers. Because
Oh, that's what we were given.
what I ended up doing out of spite was I did it so where it like starts in an elevator, and then it goes like cabin in the woods style, where there's just like an array of elevators in this weird space area, and it's like
And then
I
they just
don't know
start
how to get
shifting
home.
around.
I have an idea
Yeah,
for
so
our next
they're like
episode.
moving,
prompt.
they're like moving in every direction. Like there's like a clear one, and through the clear one you can see that
Like,
like.
Willy
there's, like,
Wonka style.
You can see, yeah, you can see like the elevators moving, and like a couple of them like crash into each other and fall down below view, like because it's elevators as far as you can see, but there's like it's like blacks, it's like dark in there, so like there's eventually like an into the line of sight, and so like two elevators like crashed into each other and like fell down into the darkness, and it's like that the fact that I got an elevator as my setting and turned it into that, like that is still, I think, one of my favorite stories that I have ever written. Because
Well,
of just the
my
fact
story that
it's
year will never be my
interesting.
favorite story because I remember the 3 words that I got now because you were supposed to be given a feeling, a place, and an action. My feeling was
Yeah.
overjoyed. My place was a actual a tower or a building. I don't remember which. It was one of the two. And my action was exploding.
Uh-oh. How do you
My
get
story was
overjoyed out of-
locked in place.
Something.
He
you
was
get overjoyed at a
Locked in
building
place, and she
exploding?
gave me the restriction of no 9/11, and I was like,
Oh. He's happy that
Yeah,
the building
like
exploded.
the teacher looks at you and he knows exactly what's going on.
Like, don't you dare think it. Don't you dare put it down. Don't you dare.
I
I know what you're thinking. Don't do it.
because all I needed to do for like 2 days, because I don't have to do much, is just basically write a plot story of a different 9/11.
So you
Alternate
see, these
universe.
Americans
You read an
boarded
AU
planes.
fan fiction.
So the Americans did it.
Okay. It's an
Oh.
AU fan fiction.
I begged that teacher for like an entire week to just let me change one word, and she was just like,
Please.
she knew she couldn't let you do it.
I have an idea how
and
that
the
could
worst part,
go.
it was randomized. It was randomized, and I was joking about what if I were to get 9/11.
And then you did. Listen.
Oh, but I'm not expecting
Listen,
it.
randomizers know good content, all right? Randomizers know how to get a good story. And that one decided that for your hubris, you would get a 9/11 story.
Oh my god.
See, that meant my story was locked in place and I couldn't do anything otherwise.
I mean, you could have wrote about how
Yeah,
this guy was a
you could've-
firefighter and
You could
he
have wrote,
like rescued some people and he got everyone out before the building exploded and that's how he was happy.
You see,
you
but
could
my
write-
entire
or you
thought
could
process
just,
was clouded by the smoke of 9/11.
or you could have just wrote a story about like you could have wrote a story about Ebenezer Scrooge like a few Christmases before the events of A Christmas Carol, and he's like upset that the orphanage is getting a bunch of funding and it's taking funding away from him, and
Oh,
so
God.
it writes about how he randomly sees the orphanage explode at some point during the day, and he gets overjoyed at the fact that he now gets more money.
You know, this information would have assisted me in creating a different story of 9/11. You know, like 3 years ago, this information would have been super helpful.
If I ever invent a time machine, I'll go back and tell you. I'll show you this episode of the podcast.
You'll show the specific timestamped spot of this episode.
Yeah,
Timestamp spot to a video that doesn't currently exist.
yeah.
I know the future. You're
Just
gonna
like
blow up in a
everyone
couple
was saying on
years.
exactly
I'll
this
save
date.
it. I'll save it onto my phone. It's okay.
I've always been good at making things like making things creatively, like just on the spot. But not that way, because all my teachers never did that. It was all like, here's a prompt, write it or something. So ever since ever since 8th grade, I've been able to like just write like a whole improv or just a whole plot line and just like a whole story off the top of my head. But I suck at English. Like, you tell me what so you ask what an adverb is. I wouldn't know what that is. I'm like,
I don't know what that is either.
What is that?
An adverb is it's a
I
word
could,
that
like-
describes a verb.
I know, but like this,
Modifies
those,
it rather.
Those by definition, I don't know what they are, but I can write it. I don't know what they are though.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
dumb, but when
weird.
it comes to understanding English, I'm dumb.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can, but then again, I think
I
that's the only reason. I think that's the only reason I was in my school's gifted program is because I'm good at reading. Like, I can
write a
read
whole
things
book by
well,
myself,
and
but
I
I
can
don't know anything about
understand.
English.
I can understand like language and like the way sentence structure works, and that's like probably
Yeah.
one of the only reasons I was in the gifted program.
And, like-
Because I'm stupid.
Just,
Like,
oh my god, he actually
asked me
understands
to-
what words mean.
Yeah, no, I remember I am the kid that if someone in class cannot read correctly, or if they stumble over a few too many words, or like something, or they just can't understand a book,
Instant,
I
like,
get
slam
mad.
your chair
I
to the
get
back or, like,
so
stand up.
upset. I literally, I was in a class, I switched to advanced English, because in my normal English class, no one could read without stumbling over every other word. And it put me in such a state of
same.
rage. I was so mad about it that I transferred into advanced English so I wouldn't have to deal with it.
I have an idea for
I-
another episode.
Junior high.
It's understandable, because it's coming in with math.
constantly reading along in the book while everyone else was reading or whatever. You know, so we would take turns reading. So while somebody's reading, I'd be like, so I'm reading it too, going along with them. On the same book, well, my own book, and they would stumble on like 10 different words. I'm like, it's easy. The word is accomplice. Accomplice. Say it. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to say that because
Yeah,
stutter
because
and
people,
I have
like,
anxiety
pause
and
up-
stuff. Like,
Yeah, because people will pause
Yeah.
at like a really easy word. But like
Yeah.
I've always been super antisocial, and I've always been the quiet
Yeah.
kid. And so
Yeah.
I just like stare at them
now I
like,
could read
come
a
on.
lot now, but even now, still, like I'll be reading and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the word. Wait, you don't
Like,
know that?
I
Hey, what-
started-
what?
I started being able to read like really young, apparently, according to my mom. Like I started like reading basic words at like 18 months. And
What?
That's what I do with numbers.
Okay.
and I told you that story, I think,
Yep.
in the other episode about like me just reading the book to my class in preschool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
because
Yeah.
I got upset about the teacher leaving the room.
Last
So like
episode.
Fine, I'll read
I've
it.
always I guess I've just always liked words. You know, like back to the topic. Words are great.
Yeah, they are great.
So
I love language.
I have an idea for another topic for another episode. It's called r/writing
Well,
prompts.
tell us about it. Ooh, yeah.
Bet.
We all get 5 minutes for
No,
the same
no,
topic.
no, no, no,
And
no,
we have
no,
to
no,
explain,
no, no, no,
expand,
no, no,
even.
If we have time, if we're not too mentally tired, then I guess so. Yeah.
No, the reason
not
why I'm
today.
saying no is not because I'd get writer's block and do something, but the reason I'm saying no is simply because that would get extremely chaotic, confusing, and then we'd all just be like, and then go on a different subject.
I can see that happening. Yeah.
You never know until you try. Like, this first topic that opened up was, you open your door to your house, you notice someone that looks exactly like you sitting in a chair. You don't have a twin. Can I help you? The person looks at you. I'll give it to you straight. I'm a shapeshifter. I'm in danger. One of us needs to stay in the basement for now. Best it's you.
And then I pull out the 12-gauge shotgun and I just kill him. What?
And then you'd have to expand on that. I did a video on this subreddit before.
Interesting.
But you know,
Something that has always made me personally angry is whenever someone's like reading a book and they read in a monotone voice on like during
oh my
like
god,
a play.
yeah, it sucks. Like we were
It's always
reading,
yeah.
I hear that. Like, speak up, please. You're not.
We were
you're not-
reading,
you're not in tandem with everybody else.
yeah, we were reading Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet in was it
Like, they stutter like 13 times per sentence, and then they start like speaking. So
I'm
in
sitting here,
this
you know,
guy's
sitting here.
Wyatt?
like I'm
I
not
don't
angry
think-
that they were stuttering, but I'm just
Yeah.
angry at like the way they would read it.
Yeah.
Like that's
Actually-
literally the reason. Whenever we were reading Romeo and Juliet for school.
Yeah, I got one of that too.
What happened was like every other kid was reading like super monotone, and I was super upset about it. And like this, I mean, this is coming from a theater kid, but like, you know, still, I got assigned
Oh,
Romeo
that's
because
right.
we were switching roles every now and then, right? And so I got assigned Romeo at one point, like about halfway through. And for the rest of the time we read it, because I didn't read it in a monotone voice, I was Romeo. For the rest of the time we read Romeo and Juliet. Because I was the only person who wasn't reading, because I was the only person not reading the monotone.
Since, like, I
And
joined...
I was so upset. I hated it.
But Juliet, I love you, Juliet.
Yeah, because like I hated the fact that everyone was reading monotone and I was the only one like not doing that, and like I was embarrassed at the time because of the way I read. But it's like obviously you want to have fun doing this
Yeah.
reading, but I'm also the kind of guy like I literally had my mom order the original version, like order or not order, but like check out a book from the library that's like the original version of the Odyssey because I was upset that we were reading a modernized version of it.
Yeah. So I have something like that too. The freshman year, so we were doing the Romeo as well, and there's one kid in my class in that hour, and his name was
Bleep.
You might have to bleep that.
yeah.
Bleep.
And for like half the book, he tried to speak as the accent. Try to speak in the accent and the motion with the hands moving, trying to do with it, and then as the book went on and everything, so pretty much everybody kind of started to like die down a little bit. Started
Was
to
it a bad accent?
No, I mean it was bad, yes, but it's still better than most. Like it was actually pretty good. Well, for the most part. Me back then, because I didn't like the way that I spoke or anything. I was also I stuttered a lot worse back then.
Yeah.
But so I got like the very short ones, like background characters, like you know, five of us saying something. I'll be a part of them, like just a few words. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Man,
Ever since
I wish I had gotten into theater sooner.
I wish that for me as well. Because after I joined drama club, we started reading. It was like some Shakespeare play, and I got one of the roles, like one of the main roles to read as, and I was the only person that actually took it and started applying actual effort into the actual trying to read it.
Actual knowledge.
Because I'd like read
I'm
it beforehand and apply what the conversation
I
was.
so upset that.
Yeah, you try to put your own characters into it or something.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Like I would read
personality
it.
into it.
I would read ahead, like rehearse in my head before I said lines.
I
Yeah,
used to do that a lot back when I did talk,
So
right? Like I
funny.
used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Just wait for my moment and say
Because
it.
Okay, so if
the
I
entire
were
time.
to do that, I would not stutter in a story. But the only reason I don't do that in a story is because I enjoy just like going in head blind.
Yeah, like I also did that when we were reading The Crucible because it's like, I read ahead, got the way I would say the thing, and then just say it, the way.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to cement, like, I wanted to say it correctly and in a good way. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just a little weird because everyone else read it monotone.
yeah, I used to do that too when I was.
I mean,
younger.
aren't we all weird in
so-
this
so my
podcast?
was
We've been
coming up.
recording for an hour and a half. Do you want to call it?
Yeah, I was
I'll go
about to
for the
say we
bullshit.
should call
We
it.
are not talking about
10
words
times.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're about to say we should call it?
Yeah, I was about to
It's
say
almost
we should
11.
call it. So,
No, don't take this. Don't
Just-
time.
I mean-
don't tell them.
I mean, we still got a little bit. We got, I think, 3 minutes left.
I'm gonna
But
die.
yeah, we got off topic from words, definitely.
Oh,
It
definitely.
was a fun time, though.
I mean, we were still
Oh, yeah.
talking
Listen,
about English
The
class.
best one is no. It's all sucked.
Get back on the
Literally-
call. Dang it.
No,
There it is.
Literally
It's
1
bad.
minute.
That's a lot of
Literally
food.
1 minute. Literally 1 minute before I left. Like I was just about to leave.
Can't leave now. I got you.
No, I want to go play with. I want to go play with my family. Oh,
We do that
God.
tomorrow.
Let me rephrase.
Play it with.
yeah, play with your family. Are you using that communal house toy there? So
That's
Emphasis
nice.
on the
no,
communal
Peter. What?
Where am I?
No, it's gone. Oh God.
in the void.
Well, Peter.
Everybody's chaos.
Oh, is it Peter? Are you able
It's a
to speak?
Peter?
Peter?
Hello.
I got
Hello?
Peter.
No.
I'm back. I'm permanently here now.
Oh,
The only reason
Where
I,
am I?
wasn't immediately here was because I was doing something and didn't
Ooh, he
see
was
any
doing
of your
something.
messages.
What are you doing? What?
What was he doing? I need to stop.
Alright,
I
I
was
get-
doing a Roblox
Making up an
thing.
excuse.
Oh,
I guess Carissa's now
We
our
can't have another
reoccurring
5-person
host.
episode.
Okay,
We
you go
can't
ahead.
have another 5-person. It's
Go
too
ahead, leave now.
chaotic.
Bye.
What if I
don't want to
leave?
leave anymore.
I don't do anymore.
Yeah, Carissa, you'll be
what
our
if I leave?
substitute host for today.
I just have to pray to God. Oh, that's gonna take a long time. But I just have to basically pray to God that none of this picks up in this fucking video. Because I have to record all of this. I've been recording for almost 2 hours just to get this achievement done.
Oh, I did something. Sorry.
Hey, what if
Same.
I leave? What if I just
lost it, but I
left?
found it.
I mean, that'd be a
What if
solution to
Carissa
the
is your
problem.
replacement?
Carissa, our reoccurring host, is now
What?
gonna be.
Oh my god, I'm being loud.
All right.
Yeah,
permanent.
Cool.
Can you give me a hug?
Bye.
I understand. No one. Never mind.
Would you actually be like okay? Because like I was gonna do something because I completely forgot. So
I mean,
doing this.
all right. If everyone's cool,
Sorry for almost completely postponing this episode.
if everyone's cool on Alex
what's
leaving,
happening?
say aye.
Eggs.
All right, so I'm staying. So I'm staying then.
I mean, I can.
Cheerio.
I'll say aye because, like, I mean, it's not my. You don't
Toes.
have to stay.
Toes.
It's against your will. You have to.
But I mean, since this podcast
What's
has
well, anyways, guys?
It's so hard to deal with a 5-person chat.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
I think
really
the
uniform
good.
with like Peter.
Am I
me.
quiet?
No, you're not
All
quiet.
right. So I'm gonna see something, and depending on what my results are, I will either stay or leave.
Are you taking the test again?
No.
Wait, what test? So wait. Oh, that test. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not taking the test again.
Okay,
I'm just checking
so
something really quickly.
we
Let me get my
could.
ruler.
My
Hold
ears
on.
popping.
No, I'm just kidding. I just gotta grab my ruler. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Wait.
just measuring some things,
I mean,
you
I'll
know.
grab your ruler.
Totally out of context.
I actually do wonder. Hold on. I do wonder. No,
Wait, what?
sorry, that's out of context. I'm measuring my my remote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sticker,
totally what you're
never
doing.
mind.
I believe you.
Dude, I measured my PS3 once. It was 8 inches by 8 inches. Perfectly even.
Dude, that is wide.
That's a cube.
8 inches by 8 inches. What do they call you? Square brick?
They call him Steve.
PlayStation 2.
Literally SpongeBob SquareDick over here.
By the way, what is the topic about? Oh,
So-
yes,
I know.
I remember now.
Before we do our intro, I'd like to introduce this nice little thing called Reddit. r/funny stories, top of all
Oh,
time.
God.
We had a communal house dildo.
Let's see
Context: I once lived in a house with 6 other friends. Cheap rent, good roommates. We had parties every weekend with 50 plus people. Life was good.
Holy crap.
A buddy of
The good old days.
A buddy of ours was very homophobic. His parents said they would disown him if he was gay.
Wait, was he gay? Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, aren't like all homophobic people
He was
in the
homophobic
closet?
because his parents were.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard
Uh,
that. Something.
I am staying
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
because since
Totally
since I
wasn't forced,
playing-
totally not forced.
Probably not
Since-
with a gun
since
with a gun by his head.
Since I wasn't playing, they got off, so I'm just gonna
Oh.
play Undertale while we do this.
Sad face.
Wait, Undertale. Oh, okay.
One of the guys in the
Yeah,
house
sad face emoji.
who knew him the best bought a pink suction cup, glow in the dark dildo. Good news.
Oh.
We eventually got him.
Why, are you
Small question: have I heard this story?
This is a Reddit story. Have you heard this? Oh,
I'm
God
joking,
bless
I'm
you.
joking.
We eventually got him desensitized to the point where he accepted that gay people aren't scary.
They're no longer.
Terrifying.
They're in the closet, like the monsters under your bed, you know. So, okay,
I'm going to be so honest to God sad if all of this pops up in this goddamn fucking video for verification purposes. If all of this audio just so happens to go into this fucking video.
The idea was to stick it to the front of his truck. He would either have to touch it to get it off, or leave it. At which point we would laugh at him. We thought it was
Did you
funny.
hear that?
A little.
Sorry.
We thought it was funny,
child.
but it never happened. Because he moved a couple days after it was bought, so unfortunately we just had it around the house, and he would
Wait, what?
and would fuck each other with it. Wait, no, it says fuck each other,
Alyssa, are
fuck
you
with
going to
each other.
bed?
Sorry, that's a different context.
Okay.
Are you going in your
That's
room?
different context. Yeah, that's good. That's different.
Different context, different sentence. They
Oh, you're
weren't.
going home?
So like how y'all can cuss whenever you want, but I'm over here at my mom's house, and I can't say nothing.
Oh, I'm going
Okay.
to genuinely cry if all of this pops up in this video.
So I just muted Carissa for the time being. Oh.
She is not muted.
No, I
think she
muted
is.
her. I muted her
Yeah,
from
you
myself.
muted her on your side.
Yeah, so her audio wouldn't pick up for the moment. She has background audio, okay?
I'll be right back. I gotta go do something.
Does she have cave auto?
No,
Audio?
No, she just has like people talking in the background, and I don't want it all being caught. Get up. Okay, fall asleep on the couch. Get a pic taken with a dildo in your mouth. We sanitized it regularly.
What?
You see, if you fell asleep on the couch, if you were tired from a long day, you would get it in the mouth, okay? Okay. I unmuted Carissa.
That's totally not gay.
But they
sounds like
sanitized
a
it
good time.
regularly. We stuck it to the wall,
That
and
doesn't change what I said. That doesn't change what I said in this.
And what? Are you recording right now?
yes,
Nice.
we stuck it to the
Why
wall
is it-
Put the fan on.
and
Why
hung
is there
Christmas
a
decorations on it.
Let's see. Hey, I can zoom in. Wow.
We hid it in the
more.
cupboards,
Move.
place it
You can zoom in.
just right so
That's what I said.
that if you open the cupboard, it would fall
Thank
out at you. We all got pretty good at throwing it at the wall and getting it to stick. Oh god.
It's a reverse Bonfire challenge.
The next sentence. Some kids had Elf on the Shelf. We had Pink Dink in the sink.
Now, ow.
You see, when we were children, we didn't have Elf on the Shelf. We had Pink Dink in the sink.
We had Elf on the Shelf. We had Uncle Bill and the. I don't know where that was going. Never mind.
We had rotating roommates as some people started moving out and starting their lives after college, until I was the last to leave. I left it in the shower the last day I moved out with a note. This is Pink Dink. He may be small, but he can bring so much joy to the world if you just use him properly.
Wow. Use it properly. Don't stick it up.
Dude, I would love it if I went to like a new apartment and found one of those just in
Guys, there's
Just
a pink cock in my
there it
sock.
is.
I said, guys, there's a pink sock in my cock. Wait, no, the other way around. Damn it.
Wait. Wait a minute.
How'd you get
I
it
know
in
that
there?
didn't sound right.
The landlord wouldn't
Okay.
answer my texts after that. I assumed he was embarrassed by what the new tenant found. That's the end of it. I gotta upvote that. That's an upvote worthy thing right there.
Can you hang up on me?
You could hang
Oh,
up.
does-
Why
I
can't?
don't know how to do it, but I can't go right
You
now.
have to.
I can't
do
you
it.
have to- you
I
have to-
can't find it. It won't let me do it.
We can.
Tap on the screen. There's a red button with a phone.
I can kick
not
you.
letting
I could kick you, but
Wow.
Kick me, please.
Yes.
Kick me, please.
um,
I can't talk right now.
Punch her across the football field.
I have to give a
You
reason.
can do it.
Right in the field.
That'd be kicking you from the server. I don't want to
Are you
kick you
trying
from
to
the.
kick her from the server?
No, I didn't
Tap on
mean.
your
Okay,
phone.
there we
Oh,
go.
oh, oh.
I disconnected her.
Alright.
That's what I did. Okay, instead of kicked her from the server.
Wait, so
Oh, God.
So does she mean that she's?
So,
So
we're
what does
gonna
she mean that
start
she can't do it? Like,
soon, or-
just tap on the screen and it's already there.
Probably playing a game on her phone. Probably Among Us. Still playing it
Oh.
after the gaming session
Among Us.
I and her had. Anyway, continuing on to the
yeah.
episode.
It all kind of.
This was a very informative episode.
Yes, very. I guess professional for once. Yeah.
Not professional.
Not really professional in the slightest, just very
No, not
educational.
Just educational. It's great.
You see,
It's
now
very-
you know
Just
how to
educational. Not,
pronounce.
ow, not.
Not. the ancient
Dude.
Greeks calendar and Stonehenge. And
I could
Egypt.
feel my brain getting wrinklier through this entire.
I know, same, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
And now
My brain
brain
goes
is
smoother
tired.
talking to you guys. I don't know what's going on.
You transferred your knowledge to us.
Yeah,
You transferred the knowledge to us and then immediately lost it.
Don't worry, Alex and I will just
absorbed it in his lips immediately.
become smoother and smoother as we talk to each other.
Smooth brain.
Yeah, no, my new wrinkles will balance back out tomorrow
Yeah.
Yeah, this is big
We'll
brain
go
time.
back to
when
normal.
when I talk to
I can't
Wyatt.
wait to. My wrinkles will come out with a few little hints of WD-40 in the mouth.
Don't do that.
What, you don't want to start huffing oil?
No,
I want
to. You can't do
Isn't
that.
WD-40 just oily wind? Like pressurized oily wind? Is that what it is? I never
I don't
actually
know.
learned.
It's,
All I know is that you
it's
put
a
on
mixture of
squeaky
chemicals. I know
things.
that much, but yeah.
Okay.
If your ankles are squeaking on those.
Put the WD-40 on them. They pop it in the middle
So-
of the night, try to walk to the bathroom, pop, pop, pop.
Let's end the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm,
Okay.
I'm a little tired. I need mine. Alright, bye. Beep.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Bumbling.
Tumbling.
Fumbling.
Rumbling?
Did you say
Fun
rumbling?
times for everybody. We enjoyed making
Yeah.
it.
Wait, I'm... What?
I thought you were
Uh-oh.
stumbling.
It's fine. It's... You know,
I'm stupid!
he is, but he's
As
rumbling,
stupid?
He's a little hungry. Yeah.
No. No. What's going on right now is I'm stupiding.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, see, you did
This is
get
the
smoother.
end of the episode.
Okay, just say, say it
Oh
now.
man.
Stumbling.
Yay! Podcast! And we're
Yay.
out. Yay. Okay.
I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe.